And welcome back to part 9 of What If Naruto Ate a Devil Fruit, the Kage Kage no Mi edition. Last time on the Naruto What If, Naruto had realized that there was a little bit of a catch to stealing this shadow of a tail beast, and that he actually had to fight his own shadow to get control of it back from under Shukaku, who had actually was able to overtake his shadow and regain his form in the real world a little bit. However, thanks to the quick work of Pervy Sage that boosted Kurama, and the displacement of light and energy that the Rasengan allowed, he was able to completely subjugate Shukaku, add it, and get him properly sealed within his own seal. Jiraiya added an extra seal layer to his seal to allow that to happen, and now he's got another huge excess amount of chakra in there. And it's implied, and I implied that he may very well have access to the magnet release that Shukaku provides. It's just right now, it's not like an instinctual thing like with Gaara or anything like that. It definitely is never going to be a Gaara thing. At least not without a lot of time or practice. But right now, he sees that when he forms his Rasengan, he does have a little bit of material kind of form around it. And he was wondering if that's kind of the magnet release they're talking about. But he's just trying to figure out what he can use magnet release actually with. But we're not dealing with that right now because unfortunately Tsunade still attempted to portray Jiraiya, only to portray Orochimaru instead. And we cut down to Jiraiya, Shizune, and Naruto showing up on the battlefield. Tsunade, they mock them both for showing up. Tsunade tries to attack Kabuto, and then Kabuto ultimately puts her down with the blood scaring the hell out of her. Jiraiya is ready to take Kabuto and Orochimaru on if he has to. But remember, Naruto's the one who ended up jumping the gun initially. In the original, he says, "I'm not going to let her do that to the lady. His hand's injured. I'll try to go for that." So he creates clones. But Kabuto blinds one of them with his blood and then beats them out of the clothes and pushes Naruto back. So does that happen here? No, not at all, actually. So Naruto still goes in, rushes in, creates the clones, but immediately the clones' shadows separate from Naruto, the Narutos. Now, the main Naruto still gets the blood in his eyes, and Kabuto does go in to try to stop the clones. However, the minute he does it, they replace themselves with their shadows, who then just kind of bind Kabuto. There's you're not going anywhere. And then Naruto eventually wipes the blood off his face as the clones are pouncing on Kabuto, actually giving him problems. With the other chakra scalpel, he's able to pop a couple of the clones. Their shadows disappear as such, along with them. Or arguably, before the shadow disappears, they get consumed by the other shadows, growing in size, trying to engulf him. However, because the chakra scalpel we see does involve chakra pretty much emanating from your hand, and because of the weird nature that shadows have in Naruto, at least as we're describing them with the Devil Fruit, it is able to displace the shadow enough for Kabuto to get some distance. Naruto's finally gotten the blood off his face, rushes in again, makes a couple more clones, and now they're doing the whole basically the clones and Naruto are just shuffling back and forth, creating almost after images of each other, but really it's just instantaneous movement. Naruto's basically trying out a new technique here. Unfortunately, it's also giving him a lot of freaking motion sickness as he quickly realizes I can't keep this up for very much longer. So he just rushes in, and Kabuto's he just is not freaked out, but he's on it. He's ready. He's crap. He's able to tag a couple clones only to hear the sound of rotating chakra, and he turns just in time to see a shadow right in front of him, and then he hears Naruto yell, "Rasengan!" as the Rasengan is in his hand at that point, and he just swapped places with his shadow that was behind Kabuto. As Kabuto sees the shadow, he's what? And then just turns only to get it right in the gut. Never able to tag Naruto once in this fight. Just boom! And to which Orochimaru is looking on from this. I don't believe the snakes had been summoned at that point. And Kabuto is basically launched all the way back to Lord Orochimaru. And Orochimaru's looking at this impossible child mastering a jutsu like that. And how in that shadow could it It couldn't be, could it? Now, just to reiterate because someone had brought up the question about how they weren't quite a fan of how I brought the devil fruit into the world because if people knew about it, Orochimaru theoretically should have knew about it, should have a connection with the world tree. Again, my first advice is try not to overthink it too much. We got to get the devil fruit in there somehow, and just dimension popping is, I find, kind of silly, to be honest. I do prefer a natural way they can exist in the world without completely changing up the history. But what they did bring up is actually a good point. That theoretically, because as I said, the third had heard stories of a fruit that could theoretically do that. Orochimaru might have picked up on it. He didn't know exactly what it was the first time he fought Naruto. And wouldn't you know, Naruto is getting the better of him here again. But no, it's like legit. Orochimaru, by all accounts, has probably heard stories of the ability to manipulate a shell like this. But he really did thought it was just a legend until, and now he's like, could it possibly be this boy has somehow gained access to that power? Well, no. And Orochimaru is now both impressed, intrigued, and a little nervous because right now Kabuto's doing the best he can to heal himself. I'm just like, Kabuto, are you all right? I'll be okay, Orochimaru. I did not expect such an attack like. Indeed, for that boy to learn an attack like that, he really is something. He probably is something a bit more special than we gave him credit for. Still, he's getting in the way of my plans. He's getting in my way of my plans yet again, and I cannot allow that to happen. And so he comes and Naruto, I will acknowledge you as something unique, but you're not the one I really want. It's Sasuke. You prevented me from giving him my gift in the forest. Now I'm going to have to, and you're preventing me now from getting my hands restored. I'm afraid I can't let you live. And Kabuto, who is barely able to go up, does the blood. It's like summoning jutsu, because he's using Orochimaru as a conduit for the summoning jutsu. In fact, I'd argue that he's probably using Orochimaru's chakra. Kabuto's just making the hand signs. It's never actually explained how that's working, because I highly doubt Kabuto, for as impressive as a fighter at the time of the three-way deadlock he was, I highly doubt he has enough chakra to not just summon 3 generals giant summoning snakes, but then freaking Manda. I highly doubt at that time he had that level of chakra. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't. There's just no evidence to actually back it up. They say he was probably on par with Kakashi. Albeit in a straight fight, Kakashi probably would have won that. But they say I could go toe-to-toe with Kakashi. Kakashi, we know for a fact, does not have that level of chakra because his Sharingan eats up all that chakra. That's not true. He did have more impressive reserves. He had actually good reserves so long as the Sharingan wasn't active. And he wasn't using it. So long as he wasn't using it, his chakra reserves were actually pretty good. It's just that when his Sharingan was active, which is always active, but when he was using it, it drained his stamina like that. Now, without the use of the Sharingan, Kakashi's actually got very good reserves. Not like Naruto level or Sasuke level, but good reserves nonetheless. I don't see Kabuto having that, but still, Kabuto does the summoning, summons the 3 snakes, like, whoa, it's like, I'm afraid you're gonna have to go, Naruto. Naruto, get back, summoning jutsu! Jiraiya, come to play, have we? And then Jiraiya just, the smoke reveals, goes, hey, boss, how you doing? What the heck is your father? I do remember that. He's still the fool, as always. I'm not gonna let him get away with that. And Naruto does that. And just summoning jutsu. Now, in the original, he was only able to summon Gamatotsu. With the Mr. Hanky voice. I still love that the dub gave him a Mr. Hanky voice. I'm finally getting a chance to shine. But because A, he's got access to a secondary source of chakra, not our third source of chakra, and B, because it's intermingling with his own chakra reserves, his chakra reserves are probably bigger now than they are in the original. The question is, would he still summon Gamatotsu? Especially because he doesn't know all the toads. If he knew all the toads, the size, the amount of chakra it would take to summon them, because I imagine that's just practice and trial and error. But if he didn't know them, well, then he'd know not to summon Gamatotsu. I'm going to go on a limb and say he still summons Gamatotsu. A, for comedic effect, and B, because Naruto has only ever summoned Bunta and Gamakichi before, and the little weird tadpole things. So I don't think he knows exactly the amount needed to summon the other ones. Because that's basically how you would fit. I mean, I don't think there's like a mental connection where you immediately like, give me Gamabunta, and then apply the chakra. No, I think it's directly based on your chakra and then how much chakra you put in. And I think each toad requires a different amount of chakra. Same with every summoning you do. Anyway, so it's like, oh, darn it. It seems as impressive as the boy's abilities are, he's still too green. Well then, I suppose we'll have to deal with him. And then the snakes, Jiraiya goes on top of the snake to fight Orochimaru. Kabuto finally has been able to heal himself up enough, although he's now lost a lot of chakra because he had to do that. And him and Shizune are duking it out as Naruto has to fight the snake. Just, He basically gets swallowed. I'm not getting swallowed again! As the shadow comes in, just opens up the snake's mouth. And then Naruto just creates a shadow, a Rasengan, except this time he remembers what he did with the fox's chakra and makes the shadow's hands bigger and starts pumping more chakra into the Rasengan. And sure enough, he can pretty much make a Great Ball Rasengan with one hand because he can use the chakra hand. Basically, this is a lesser variation of his KCM1 cloak. This is exactly what that is. His Kurama chakra mode. Because that's how he was able to one-hand all those Russian shurikens and all the Rasengans after he actually had control over the Fox's chakras, because he could make chakra hands. In essence, that's kind of what he's doing with his shadow. Not to the same degree, because with Kurama chakra, he could do like multiple hands. He's only got his one shadow, so it's only got the two hands, but still, that is more than enough to make a very F-off Rasengan, which he does and just grants it down the snake's throat. Just poof. Meanwhile, Kabuto and Shizune are duking it out. He goes underground to avoid this, manages to cut her Achilles tendon. Naruto rushes and basically just throws the shadow separates. Kabuto is fighting the shadow, doing as best he can, but he can't really damage this thing. Although, as you're noticing, his chakra can disrupt it. So he's focusing more on like disruption and causing it to like maybe dissipate, only for the shadow to just grow larger and then just try to engulf him. It's like, nope, Naruto, give it up. While you definitely learned a bit, you have no talent as a ninja. Just give up now. Go home, and you won't have to die. After all, you can't become Hokage if you're dead. And Naruto comes in and is like, yeah, sure. And then finally Naruto just has had it with him. And he just uses his hands to, because he's been using both of his hands, which helps him like do the whole big ball Rasengan. But really, he actually only really needs one, because the beauty of his shadow is it can morph its form. So one hand, which theoretically wouldn't be enough, can go basically encompass his entire hand and basically just form to Rasengan, to which Naruto rushes in. And it's like, yeah, fine, you just blew it all away. Dreams can't come true when you're dead. And him and Naruto are about to really throw hands here as the shadow returns to Naruto. He makes the Rasengan and Kabuto's like, hey, Dodger, you're not going to get me a second time with that, Naruto. And basically just hits his arm. And just, it's like, Naruto just looks and is like, what about a third? And he didn't see the other shadow because it was basically concealing the Rasengan. And so it emerges shows the Rasengan. He's like, he made it out in the other hand, damn it! And he just hits him again, only this time he does catch Naruto's chest, this time as he did the last time. And he blasts Kabuto back again. This time, although Kabuto's not dead, he's not getting back up. He's just, damn it! That's the second time. I healed the basic injury the first time, but this, I'm not gonna be able to fight anymore. I might be able to get up, but he's Kabuto's done right now. He cannot fight. He's not dead. He can survive this case based on his healing ability, but he's not dead. And so Naruto's like, how's that? And just, and then Kabuto starts to gloat. Tsunade just starts to, come on, don't die, please. Hey. Why are you crying? Don't worry. Told you, I can't die until I become Hokage. Believe it. And just starts breathing easy. And Shukaku and Kurama are just like, well, come on, we don't want dagger, oh my god! It's like, shut up, it's dark, it's getting dark. And so then Tsunade, gives him the necklace, and now Tsunade and Orochimaru tries to attack Naruto. He manages to get to Kabuto, who can barely make the hand sign from Amanda, and the three-way deadlock more or less goes down the same, but Kabuto's just a spectator in this, which is, Jesus. Him, and he's doing everything he can to heal himself up. He's able to pretty much limp over to Orochimaru after he's completely, cracked in the face by Tsunade. And they get the hell out of there. It's like, curse you, boy. Curse you! And then just disappears. Damn it. With cracked ribs and a broken foot, I'm useless. Which, by the way, I want to say, you're walking pretty well with a broken foot. Although it probably numbed the hell up. I know, in boxing, if you, say, break your wrist, which that happens. If you hit someone the wrong way, I screwed my hand up on, I have a punching bag. Outside. I was going at the bag one day and I hit the bag wrong. It took I'm not joking. And even to this day, it's mostly fine, but I still can feel a bit of minor discomfort there. It was like a minor injury, I could still function, no problem. But if I say, normally I can do, if you take your knuckles and you, just squeeze, I could squeeze my knuckles, no problem with this. If I did this, it was excruciating, absolutely, it was, right there. I just hit it the wrong way. Luckily, it didn't break my hand or anything, but it was, it took forever to just go back to feeling normal. Now it pretty much feels normal now. It took forever. So yeah, you got to be careful when you're punching. But yeah, with boxers, they can break their wrists, but because of adrenaline and numbing and just good conditioning, your wrist will numb up and you can fight again. But once that adrenaline wears off, you're gonna need some pain meds. So anyway, Naruto wakes up. Finds out Tsunade's been made the 5th Hokage, challenges her again. They're in broad daylight this time, so actually a shadow would be a lot more convenient. However, she's not taking him lightly this time, so she just quickly just rushes, and then she's, here it comes, and she gives him the kiss on the forehead. Very sweet, by the way. And by the way, I think Naruto probably, look, now I'm not saying Naruto has a thing for Tsunade. Leave that to the fanfics. But I am saying, because that blush and that grin, he's like, look, she might be 50 some odd years old, but she looks hot. That lady gave me a kiss on the forehead. I'm like, hee. Yeah, I'm sure Naruto at least partly in his head, hee. But yeah, so that is the end of the three-way deadlock. But at only 18-esque minutes. Oh, we're not done yet, folks. No. Naruto and Jiraiya come back with Tsunade and Shizune. They go and wake up Kakashi, wake up Sasuke, and then she goes to check on Lee. Meanwhile, though, Sasuke is just kind of wallowing in just was it hatred? Wallowing in jealousy and regret, I think it is, and anger. Because Itachi wanted nothing to do with him. Sasuke was irrelevant. And while Sasuke does not have the curse mark in this version, keep that in mind. I'm pretty sure I remember correctly. I did not give him the curse mark. While he does not have the curse mark in this version, that doesn't mean and so the curse mark is not there to influence him at all. But which is partly why he went as bad as quickly as he did and as hard as he did. He still very much has that need for vengeance and that superiority disorder he has, or complex he has with his brother. And so he's still wallowing in that whole, it's like Naruto this, Naruto that. So he didn't care about me. I couldn't do anything. And so Sakura and Naruto show up. She smacks him on the head. His shadows fly. They're like, oh God. It's like, ow. Now, I don't see Sasuke just smacking the apple out of Sakura's hand. I don't see that happening. Which, by the way, I mean, is it that hard to peel an apple? I'm just saying, I don't think it's that hard to peel an apple. I think what she did, my guess is what she did is she cut it first, then she peeled, because I remember bits of the rind bits of the skin still on that apple. This is a weird thing to focus on, by the way. But bits of the apple skin still on that piece. I think what she did is she cut it first, then peeled it. No, you peel the apple first, which, yeah, it's just like peeling potatoes. If you've never peeled a potato, okay. But yeah, you just and just you can even do it like a raid if you know how to do it, which I guess you didn't know how to do it. But why would you cut it for? I guess in theory it should be easier if you cut it. I don't know. I'm focusing on a weird thing right now. So the crux of this episode: how do you peel an apple effectively? And why Sakura couldn't do it? Well, even with apples, she's useless. That's mean. Okay, I admit that's mean. I don't like Sakura's character very much. I've been on record for that, and I'll poke fun at her just for the fun of it. I only ever really get on her case with serious shit. I did a whole worst moment or dumbest decisions list for Shippuden and Naruto, so you can go find those. But yeah, I mean, she's got a couple. Anyway, so Sasuke, I don't think knocks the apples out of his hands, but he does still have a look less. If looks could kill, looking more like still upset. It's like I don't, but he still says, "I don't want an apple right now, Sakura. You." And just Naruto's like, "Wait, what are you looking at me for, Naruto? I want you to fight me." It's like, "What? You just got patched up by Granny Tsunade. What are you talking about?" I said, "I want you to fight me. I want you to fight me now." And he activates his Sharingan. It's like, what? But here, Sasuke's at least a little bit more open about why he wants it. I've been trying all my life to get ahead, get strong enough to take out my brother. And then he shows up and and I finally meet him. He doesn't want a damn thing to do with me. But he wants you. I want to understand why. What's so special about you, Naruto? No, that's why I want you to fight me. I want to see just how strong you are. And Naruto does know why they want him, but he can't actually tell Sasuke that, not right now anyway. And it's like, well, and Sakura immediately is like, wait, what? What's going on with you two? And Naruto's like, and Sasuke then probably like, you were so eager to fight me in the Chunin exams. What? Now you're backing down? And Naruto's just like, fine. You want to go? Let's go. And then Sasuke adds the bed, fine, meeting me on the roof. And so Sasuke heads out. Naruto lingers for a little bit and just, sorry, Sakura. This is between me and him. And he walks out. Now, Naruto is not overly more mature here, but he has a bit more knowledge because he knows about certain things that Sasuke doesn't. And because of the way Sasuke approaches it, he does know to react a little differently here. He's still very immature, still very hot-headed, but he's also a lot more clever and a bit more, say, savvy to things going on because he's had to learn to be a bit creative with the shadow abilities. And so Naruto and Sasuke are squaring off, and they're getting right. Sasuke taunts him, and you're not even going to be able to land one hit on my head. And they square off, and they're immediately just going hand to hand. And they're roughly equal, though both of them are holding backs. And Sasuke knows, it's like, why aren't you using your shadow, Naruto? Come on! It's like, are you taking me lightly? And to which Naruto is just not answering at the moment. Like, yeah, come on, I'm not going to go all out from the beginning. I said, and Sasuke then starts to beat the hell out of him a little bit. So I said, don't hold back. He just starts beating on him a bit. Before he's able to throw the next punch, Shadow's hand comes out. It's like, fine, you want it? The other hand comes out, you got it. And the Shadow binds him, and Naruto comes in and starts wailing back on him for a bit. Naruto then makes him multiple clones. It's like, all right, fine. And the clones all have their shadows ready. And Sasuke's like, it's like, that's more like it. And they're coming at him. And there's some of them are switching up. They're actually tagging Sasuke pretty hard. And the real Naruto is watching on, waiting for an opening. He's rushing in for Sasuke. Finally does the fire style, fireball jutsu, and the clones pop out of existence. And he lifts only for Sasuke to realize that the fireball stopped as a giant shadow hand is kind of holding it back, albeit struggling because, again, light, heat, all that. Naruto basically enlarged his hand, which combined the Shukaku chakra in there. I mean, if it's not the size of a Shukaku right now at its largest, it's close to it. So his shadow is huge right now, and he's just using as much chakra control as he can to control it. And then the shadow comes in to grab him, or let's say it's the left hand. Shadow comes in to grab him and engulfs him, only for all of a sudden the shadow just burst off as he got the Chidori. It's like, what? And then all of a sudden he sees Naruto with the other shadowed hand down there giving him the Rasengan, and they're about to clash. They're about to hit, and then Kakashi comes, stops the fight. And it's like, well, I think that's enough. Sasuke, that's not the size of shore you aim at an ally. Were you really trying to kill him? And then Sasuke nopes out of there, sees the damage he did versus what Naruto did, until he realizes Naruto blew out the backside of the water tank. And so that ends their fight. Meanwhile, Orochimaru is just, go after Sasuke. He may not have the curse mark, but he's still, I can feel it. He's still, his anger still, is still palpable. You can taste it off him. He still is a willing candidate. I know it. Go forth, my Sound 4. And so, the Sound 4 go to recruit Sasuke. So, we'll leave it off with Kakashi giving Sasuke the spiel a bit, which sinks it a lot harder here again, because he doesn't have that curse mark influence here. And he's just kind of sitting there, waiting for, and night comes, and, so you're Sasuke, huh? And there's the Sound 4 looking to recruit Sasuke. And so that is going to be the end of part 9. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. That bell if you want to be notified. What did you think? Did you like it? Got any thoughts? Let me know. But join us tomorrow for the next What If, the second part of Trunks going back to the Red Ribbon Army saga, as well as the Quirk series video. So thanks for watching. See you next time.